So before I transition over to our interview with Luke Fleming out of Force by Luke, I wanted to bring just a quick story of his why. So we actually didn't get a chance to cover this during his interview, but as I was leaving, I noticed a big rugby jersey, kind of vintage 1970s looking jersey on his wall. And I was like, hey, what is that? And he's like, so my dad actually played for South Sydney, the Rabbitohs. And there's an awesome picture of him making a tackle underneath. And then underneath that is a picture of his dad just holding a beer. And I was like, man, so he started expounding on that. And basically, his dad, before he passed, had asked him, hey, you need to go open your own place and do your own thing. But I thought I would share that real quick before we dive into this interview. Last but not least, this interview is not brought to you by the Texas Rangers simply because they're not bringing us any kind of offense or wins lately. So, oh well.
I'm here with Luke Fleming at Force by Luke. He's obviously a Star Trek fan. You can't tell. But anyway, so what I want to do today is, like we were talking about earlier, we're going to do some, introduce you all to some local business owners and have them introduce themselves, talk about their why, and give some tips and tricks because they are the specialists and we are not in this area. So I'll pass it over to Luke for a quick intro and then we'll go take it from there.
Hi, I'm Luke Fleming and I'm the owner of the Force by Luke. I've been a personal trainer for over 20 years. I'm extremely passionate about what I do. I want to create an environment within this studio here of positivity and breaking what caused us to either gain the weight or not want to work out in the first place. I've been around the area for about 25 years, but I'm originally from Australia. I'm married, I have a child that's graduated from the school here at Byron Nelson, so I'm very familiar with the area and would love to have you by.
Great. Yeah, thanks so much. Yeah, so I guess one thing I wanted to do in this whole interview process is learn about your struggles through the COVID thing, because whenever, like we were talking about right before we walked in here, when John and I, we were about to launch a few different things and pandemic hit and we were like, what's gonna happen? So talk a little bit about that and then take it from there.
Yeah, absolutely. We actually set up our business plan for the start of the year. Whenever it comes to personal training, you know, the January, February is really great for gym memberships, but not so great for personal training. People feel like they can do it on their own, and that's great. A lot of people are successful. But around that March time, right after spring break, when we're wearing, you know, last year's pants or shorts when they're on vacation, there's sort of a mad rush for personal training.
Okay.
So we set up a business plan, really aggressive, really fundamental, very detailed, to start our plan, you know, the week right after spring break returns. That's right when the business is shut down.
Yeah.
So there was about a week and a half where, you know, we followed the rules. We were shut down. We were quarantined at the house. A lot of different emotions, different thoughts, concerns, worry because, you know, we heard it would just be for a week and then 2 weeks after that and then it would be the next month and then the next month after that. So after a week of just sort of sitting there dormant, not doing much, I went and started applying. So I went and applied for over 100 jobs. Almost every job that called me back in for an interview, after the interview, they told me I'm overqualified.
Wow.
Which was interesting.
Yeah.
But I ended up getting a job with life insurance. It was awesome. Those guys are great. American Income Life.
Yeah.
But what ended up happening is when we opened back up, a lot of the clients came back.
Yeah.
Still working a separate schedule. It was rather difficult to tackle on everything. And although I still love all the guys and the company with AIO, this is my passion.
Of course, yeah.
So we had to move forward with this, with most of the gyms around the area being a lot less clientele, and personal training now being, because everybody was on quarantine for a couple of months, the business actually been doing really much better than what it was before.
That's awesome.
So it's very interesting. It's my wife and I were baffled, but we're tackling it all. We're very excited to have new clients up here.
Yeah.
The old clients that come back, it's almost like they're really ambitious.
Cool.
So I've been very hands-on with them, coming up with new plans, new ideas, new workout programs. My study is almost daily, so I always find new inventive exercises or areas of interest as far as nutrition. And we're just doing really great. So I'm very, very excited. Very excited.
Yeah, great. And I'm actually looking forward. This is going to be my first experience going through a personal training session with him. So I'm eager, scared, I guess, a little bit.
You should. This is to make sure that the knees and the quads are warm.
Okay.
You know, you never. I see a lot of gyms. Either one, it doesn't matter. A lot of gyms just go straight into squats, so they run and stuff like that. Yeah. And this exercise here is great, but it can be used and misused. Okay. So my whole point is to make sure that the use of this exercise is 100%.
Yeah.
Like I was saying before, big on contraction.
Yeah.
So big on negatives, static holds, you know what I mean, and variation in combos. So we're gonna do 3 separate combos exercises today.
Okay.
So if you need a break or if you need to do anything, I'm big on communication.
Okay.
So I feel like that's the most effective form of being a trainer is that communication. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. Okay. It's a 10-10-10. So 10 with a 3 to 5 second negative.
Okay.
Right? And then I want you to just go, it's right before the weights touch, and you go up just slightly. Right before they touch, slightly. For 10, and then 10 full range of motion pump. Okay. So 10 3 second negative, 10 quarter, and then 10 full. And remember not to bounce, I want you to actually, so it'll be light, or we'll do a pyramid, okay, we'll go up in weight as we go on.
Right here.
So yep, lift, all the way up, and then super slow on the way down. So pull, so fast up, and then super slow.
Oh, I see. Okay.
So fast up, and then super slow on the way down.
This is gonna
Bring our knees just out slightly. Right there, that's good. I'm horrible with counting. Great with paying attention to form.
Yeah.
Very good. Right here, my hand. Right there. So right before they touch, so all the way down. So pull, touch my hand. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Very good. Now full range of motion. Fantastic, very good. Here, we're doing sets of 12, and I want you to hold for 2 seconds of each way at the back end. 10 minutes, just slightly out. Just like you get toes slightly out. Just like that. Yes. Very good. Little adjustments that I make here and there, right, that make all the difference in muscle contraction. So the 4th set, we're going to do a drop set on this. Okay. Same routine, the 10, 10, 10, and 12. That's it. Good. Okay, got the quarters to here. 1, 2, 3. Okay, don't even let those weights touch and go full range of motion. Go. 1, 2, lean back for me. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good job. Well done. Perfect.
Be crawling out here.
A lot of people just go, right? And then they do 4 sets and then they move on.
I'm a big believer in the like slow progress. I love that.
I feel like that's the best way because you get all the functionality of the muscle. You get the look as well as the size of it.
Yeah.
You know, you don't just have like big ones.
And it feels healthy.
Oh yeah.
Very
I think the
dense.
injury goes down that way.
Yeah.
You know, especially like sub muscles, like your back or your shoulders and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You know, when you're just trying to max out all the time, you're trying to lift weight, you know, everything else sort of crumbles with it. Yeah, leave the weight right here. Hamstring strength is not necessarily, like the movement of the weight is not necessarily as important. Maybe a little bit more abundance too. Now we're working. This is good. Here we go. Here we go. Very good. Just like that. Good. That's perfect. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Keep that chest up. Chin up. Good. Very good. Okay, as fast as we can go now. Go. 1, 2. Yes. 3, 4. Up to my hand here. 5. Up to my hand. 6, 7. Up, 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 up. 8, 9. Very good. Yes. Woo. glutes in the chair, so pull hard. See how you can now store hamstring? Yeah. That's perfect. Very good. I always try to make it a movement more effective.
Yeah.
So I'm big on trying to make sure that the muscle that we're desiring is 100%. Very good. Okay, so here's when we're going to go ahead and drop circles. So keep on looking. All right, let's do it. Good. Knees out slightly. And 10, put it on forward for me. And same thing, 10, 10, 10. Up. 10. Okay, quarter pump right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, and go. Forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 8. Very good. Woo! They should be awake now.
They're awake.
It's funny, I train, 3, 4, 5 people at the same time.
Yeah.
Give them all the same individual treatment.
That's great.
And I train, everybody's got a different body part that they work. The one thing that upsets me is whenever people, and granted, I mean, my goals are different than yours, different than, weight loss, different than
Yeah.
But the thing is, though, is that what upsets me is that whenever there's places out there that train people differently than they train themselves.
Yeah.
Okay, over here. Let's go ahead and jump on the leg press. I usually like a shoulder width, but it's up to you. Okay, wherever you feel it's pumping with your stance, go midway up. So push and hold for me. The middle ones here are the ones that I'm holding up here. So what I want you to do is take 3 seconds on the way down. You're going to touch the stoppers. You're just going to go up this much and hold. So touch. So just this much. So touch, up, hold, 2, 3, and then up. So that's 1 of 12. Nice, remember 3 seconds. Just a little slower on the way down. There. And there. Very good. Now that's how you stay on the muscle. Right? So your body tries to get off. That's why it's telling you that's 3 seconds. Slow it down or speed through it or engage the muscle. Yeah. So here we're going to pull and you're taking 3 seconds on the way down. Squeeze right here. Just squeeze. Now flex right there as you come down. Hold the flexion. Let's see. Now pull hard. Hold the flexion. Excellent job. Good. Yeah, I always tell people, eat some chicken rice before you work out. Yeah. People that come in and they're like, oh man, I can't eat. I get nauseous, And then next thing you know, they're like, what can I eat before my workout? So I get nauseous. It's so funny because now I can tell. I can tell now just by being around people who have made a difference. So I can tell now on who.
The body.
That's why I sit back and say, you need to go do this.
Yeah.
Yes. So keep the legs contracted. Yep, tap, and I only want you to go just shy. So push just shy of the knees locking out. Right there. Now go down. Tap. Now extend. That's it. Come down. Very good. And then we're going to switch up I'm going to drop set it and we're going to do 10 to 15 reps of just pump. So right on your legs and you bring, we won't do this, in there, just canceling it out. Then we're just going to 50% of the weight and then just pump out that last bit. All right, we ready? Remember that just shy of locking out those knees though. Keep the pressure on the quads.
Oh, it's the last one here.
Very good. Yep, there, just like that. So tap, press, push, down. Right before that leg snaps. Yep. Push, down, yes. Tap, push, down. All right, good, good. Tap, push, yes. One more. Come on. There you go. Tap, and
Good job. Excellent. Go. Just up and down, okay? Just up and down.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14,
And fantastic. Very, very good. All right. Give you a couple of minutes, okay? I'm going to start wiping down equipment. Disinfecting everywhere.
That was great.
Yeah, okay, lunges down the back. We're going to go through a lungarama.
Oh boy. Wobbling.
Yeah? Good. Yeah. The slam balls are durable, so you can hit them as hard as you can on the ground. Good. Well done. Take a minute. You see, we went up to 400 pounds, but we don't need 1,000.
Yeah.
Now I've got probably over 50 clients who have pressed 1,000 pounds. And the reason I do that is pretty simple, is that you've got to work an angle where people will be interested in to take that next step.
Yeah.
Some people who are like, I don't like legs, I don't like doing this, I don't like doing that. You start getting that weight up there, you're like, hey, you just did 600 pounds. Let's go for 700, let's go for 800, let's go for 1,000.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, bam, now you can bring it down to that 400 pounds and then start cutting and work out their legs.
Yep.
So now they don't have their own blocks. I tell people that personal training is convincing people to do things that they don't want to do in order to achieve something they don't believe is possible.